So we're looking very carefully at the pandemic, at the numbers, where the hotspots are, and talking to collaborators that have the facilities to do these kind of studies. And we've just finished that very slow process and seeing that it's safe, it's well tolerated, there aren't any side effects, and now we're expanding into a larger population. So we've vaccinated 100 people, we're now including another 200 people up to the age of 75, with the view that by October we'll have enough safety data to go into a very large efficacy trial in several thousand individuals.
Where are you going?
No, we're not saying no vaccine, but if you imagine there might be a 10% success rate and we have 20 vaccines in clinical trials, you can be pretty confident that at least 2 of those will work. Now, we may be surprised and see that actually many more work. It really depends on how strong the immune response needs to be to provide protection. So I'm optimistic for our vaccine, but also realistic that until I get the data that shows it's of promise, I'm just going to hold my breath and wait to see. We're scientists, we're evidence-based, and so we want to see the evidence.
If you had to put it as
So they're similar in some ways in that they both encode the genetic sequence for the surface spike protein. But our vaccine is based on synthetic genetic sequence, RNA, and that RNA is delivered by putting it into microscopic fat droplets that when they're injected into the muscle are taken up into the muscle. Oxford use a different virus, a virus that can't replicate, to deliver the same instructions. So the differences are about the way the instructions are delivered rather than the actual instruction itself that's being delivered.
And why is that important?
Well, it's just there are strengths and weaknesses in both approaches. The approach developed by Oxford is fast to get out of the box, partly because they have lots of clinical experience, but it can typically be used 1 or 2 times, and then you start to get immunity to the virus itself. Our approach, because it's synthetic and it's only in a fat droplet, you can use it as many times as you want. So if we need to keep boosting, then we can keep boosting with that approach.